What do you love enough to make you stop using? What works for you to help you to continue be sober? And more importantly, what excites you enough? What gives you enough passion to build a life afterwards? Because none of this means a whole lot if you're just dry drunk, where you're basically just barely hanging out.
White knuckling it?
Yeah, I read these posts all the time online. I've been clean for 2 years and it hurts and I want to use all the time. I can't judge that. I don't know, because I don't know what that feels like.
And it's ever so much harder now during the panoramic that we can't go to a meeting. There's no meetings available.
Right.
You can do your meetings online on Zoom, but that doesn't give you that human connection,
Right.
that face-to-face. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were in so much pain, or oh my gosh, I'm so glad I was here to share my story today because man, I was really feeling triggered. I was really feeling the urge.
Yeah.
There's no relief, and that is something that we ran into after I was in rehab. When I started, it was before the panoramic.
Just a few weeks before they clamped down.
2 weeks. In 2 weeks of me being there, they shut the whole thing down. And then I couldn't have any family visits. None of us, we couldn't do anything. And because we were in a rehabilitation situation, they wouldn't let us watch TV. So we were just told all this fear-mongering whatnot that the staff was getting from their TVs at home because none of us were allowed any outside information at all. They cut you off. They take away your phone. You don't have access to the TV, radio. We could watch movies, but they had to be geared towards recovery. Or uplifting in some way.
Mm-hmm. Lifetime.
Yeah, right? Give me back my baby. So, that's all I know about Lifetime. Anyway, that's a prerequisite you have to in order to be on that show.
Oh, my goodness.
Because they were coming at us with, there's this horrible virus and this pandemic and all this, and they're like freaking out.
We don't use the P word.
Oh, panoramic.
Yeah, I don't want one of those little things telling you what you will believe popping up underneath it.
Okay,
yeah.
so
yeah,
okay,
I'll cut that word out.
Cut that out. Okay, so what they did was they took away all of our outside information, and they were all freaked out and hearing all the fear-mongering at their own house on TV. And then they were coming at us all sideways with it, going, it's terrible out there. There's no toilet paper. And we were
That's true.
Well, thank goodness we have toilet paper. We're going to be saved in here. But realistically, we were kind of like, we're really freaking isolated in this place. I don't think it's going to get us.
Yeah.
I think we're safe here. But they wouldn't let us have any outside anything. And that made it extra hard. Well, at the same time, they also shut down our meetings, our NA meetings, our AA meetings, even the ones we were having in-house.
Because the facilitators couldn't even come in.
We couldn't even bring in the alumni to come in, because what happens is when you graduate from the program that I was in, there's 12 weeks where you have to come in once a week and you have to attend at least one of their meetings, and they like you to attend at least 3 of their meetings a week. But you have to at least attend this one meeting every week, and you have to go in and you have to drop, and you have to make sure that you're staying clean and that you're still working your program, and that's how you ultimately graduate from the entire program. Well, when I got out of the program, they weren't doing any of that. Nobody could come in and drop or prove that they were continuing their program. Right. So I don't know how that works. I mean, they wrote me off as doing my program at the facility, but I wasn't able to continue to do the aftercare part of it. And there are a lot of people that weren't able to do that. A good friend of ours who I was in rehab with, ended up relapsing right afterwards because there was nowhere else to go. And he would come over here sometimes and he would try. And he would be like, please. And he's such a sweet guy and I love him so much. But he just relapsed because there's nowhere to go. Yeah. There's nothing more to do. And that really is what we're doing here. We're just trying to make a place for people to feel safe. If you want to come and tell your story on our channel, please contact us. Yeah. We'd love to hear it. We'd love to put it out there. And by telling your story, it makes you stronger. And by putting it out in public, it makes you responsible to your sobriety. That's what I have found. Yeah. It has made me a lot more responsible to my interactions, just going out there in public at this point, because my face is on all of these things that we're doing.
Sure.
And like the other day, we were with somebody who bought a beer, and I don't drink. That's never been my drug of choice. It's never been an issue for me. But we were with somebody who bought beer and then brought it to the vehicle, and I was like looking around going, you can't have that near me, even though I was a bartender for 22 years.
Right, yeah.
Now I'm nervous about what's in my sphere.
Right.
But because now I'm responsible to anybody who's...
Yeah. But it wasn't a negative thing. You were just saying,
No.
Hey, you know what? I take ownership of my sobriety. I don't want anyone else to stumble because they think I'm fake.
Right.
That was
That's
how you put it to
exactly
me.
right.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to stumble because they think I'm making it up or that I'm not doing what I'm saying that I'm doing.
Yeah.
That I'm not telling the truth. And
Yeah.
I certainly don't want that to be the message.
Right. So, Justine Callahan,
Yes.
your friend,
I love Justine.
she's also on the Facebook New Beginnings group.
We should get her story as well.
We should. She posted something on there this morning, and it went along with what I... No, that's not true. I posted what I wrote more in response to what she wrote.
Right.
Because I loved the thought. And she wrote, do something today that your future self will thank you for. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be a big thing.
No, but when you're in recovery, every day that you stay sober is the thing that your future self is going to thank you for. Every moment you stay sober, every hour, every time you fight the trigger, every time you fight the urge, your future self is going to thank you for all of that.
Wow. I was thinking more of things you can quantify.
Well,
like,
for sure.
Okay,
so for instance, I'm on a diet. I'm losing weight.
Yes,
I have this terrible lie in my life. It's just a glaring, blatant lie in my life. And it's a lie that I have told pretty continuously most of my adult life, especially since I had kids. And that is my driver's license weight is a lie. It's a terrible lie. I would imagine that any officer looking at my driver's license would burst into tears, laughing so hard before he handed it back and said, good luck with that.
It's a wonder it doesn't burst into flames.
Right. It's a lie. So I'm trying desperately. This summer, I am losing weight. I have already lost 10 pounds. I'm getting closer to making my driver's license not a lie. And my future self is going to thank me for that.
Yes. Yes. And I am on the same diet, and I have lost a half a pound a week. And at the rate I'm going, I will be my ideal weight right around the time Social Security kicks in.
Wow. Yes. Yes.
We're getting there.
And butting up against that, I'm losing a pound a day.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
Not that you're rubbing it in, and not that I'm bitter.
No, I'm happy.
I'm happy for you, actually. That's exciting.
I'm excited too.
So thank you, Justine.
Yes, thank you, Justine. This was great. Thank you
Yeah.
for all of your input. And anytime you want to come and tell your story, we'd love to have you. Please call me.
All right. Well, we are Mark and Micquette, and we are just walking each other home.